So, as you probably know, the alleged shooter was allegedly arrested. And I did not think that was going to be in the script for this caper at all. I did, however, say that if he was arrested, he would be a patsy. And there would be all kinds of crazy narratives and stories to throw in there, right? Now, there is something huge that I'm going to show you that you're not going to see anywhere else. I was digging through the bowels of the internet during the evening, and I found something that could potentially blow the lid off the entire United Healthcare CEO shooting narrative. So stick around. You don't want to miss this, for real. This is insane evidence of some kind of fuckery, and I'm not sure what yet, but some kind of fuckery. So here's how the bizarre story plays out. You know, this shooter is an Ivy League software engineer, math guy, who pulled off a pretty daring and well-planned operation, but then got caught because he went into a McDonald's. So he's arrested after going into a McDonald's, and some worker recognizes him. There's also a photo online of him holding up a Happy Meal. It's very weird. Oh, what does an Ivy League educated guy, what does he have with McDonald's? Right? For real, think about that. What is he doing at McDonald's all the time? It doesn't make sense at all. So let's go through a couple strange anomalies. The New York police and the mayor came out like a day ago, 2 days ago, came out and said that they knew the guy's name. Let me show you that real quick.
We don't want to release that now. If you do, you're basically giving a tip to the person we're seeking, and we do not want to give him an upper hand at all. Let him continue
You
to
just
believe
did.
behind him.
So this guy is so stupid that he says, I know his name, we know his name, but we don't want him to know that we know his name, so we're not going to give out his name. Do you realize how dumb that is? But they said it. That's the point. They came out and said it.
We're going to just reveal his face. We're going to reveal who he is, and we're going to bring him to justice.
If they knew his name and they could track his cell phone and do everything else, the technology is way beyond what the average dipshit thinks it is. So if they knew his name, how did this McDonald's employee recognize this guy and call 911 if the police already knew who he was? But then after the cops said that they knew his name, this comes out.
Who you and I both know, Joseph Kenny, saying that they did not know Luigi Mangione's name or who he was until he was picked up today. What we have learned so far.
It's fucking ridiculous, man. It is just one conflicting story after the other. One after the other. You need to really think about this, because all of this sounds like parallel construction to me. And that is the actual definition of parallel construction, all of this. It's basically evidence laundering. You are laundering and hiding how you are getting information in a case. And they use that to make patsies and do other things with it. There are many uses for parallel construction. But this sounds like parallel construction. Now, it gets weirder. They're saying that he said in court that the bags and everything that they found that I was criticizing in my last videos about this were planted. He is saying that. Check this out.
As you said, we haven't heard a statement from the suspect. The judge asked Luigi Mangione a number of questions, first about his identity. So Mr. Mangione confirmed that that is his real name. He initially said that his residence was in Maryland, but then the judge actually pressed him on that. And then he said, actually, I have lived at various addresses before then ultimately giving an address in Honolulu, Hawaii.
This sounds more like an operative than anything. For real. There is something weird about all of this. All of it.
Then he also said that he has worked for 3 years as a data engineer up until about a year ago, and he also told the judge that he has no drug or mental health problems that the court needs to know about. But Aaron, one of the most interesting parts of that particular hearing was actually his statements after the conversation about bail. Prosecutors noted that they found him with $8,000 in U.S. cash, $2,000 in foreign currency, his passport, and also a Faraday bag, which is basically a bag designed to stop transmission of cell service or other.
Okay, Faraday bag, foreign money, bunch of money, passports, IDs. You sound more like a CIA or a Mossad operative than you do some guy from a quote-unquote Ivy League school. It is getting weirder and weirder. They're not straightening things out. But he does say that the backpack was planted.
Luigi Mangione said, I actually want to address two of the things that you said. He said, I don't know where that money came from. I'm not sure if it was planted. And then he also said that that bag was waterproof. And the term that the prosecutors used when discussing the Faraday bag, the ghost guns, the 3D printed silencer, was the prosecutors used a phrase saying this is criminal sophistication. Luigi Mangione said, I don't know about any of this criminal sophistication when addressing that.
Very weird. There's a lot of people out there saying that this reminds them of the Ted Kaczynski case. It's more like, when you look at it, it is more like the James Holmes case, with all the strange happenings and the shooter's history, his education, what he was into. It's more like James Holmes than it is Ted Kaczynski. So it is very weird. There is all kinds of weird shit going on, but I want to get into the huge thing. So when this information came out, I scrambled and I got on non-Google search engines and started searching right away for his name, for anything. And right away, this wasn't coming up on Google, but this came up. And it was Luigi Mangione, software engineer. And then just under that, in the same website, healthcare and its victims. So I was like, wow, let's go there. Because it says here, Manifesto. And it wasn't on Google, it was pulling up on this. So I went there. What I found was very strange. But I needed to get on my PC so that I could download this stuff and get it on my hard drive. When I went to reload it, it was gone. And I was like, oh my God, dude, it had been pulled down. This is what I saw, page not found. It's been deleted. So I freaked out. And I went to Wayback Machine. I was taking screen caps with my other device, and then I got on here, went to Wayback Machine, and I pulled it up. And here it is, a black manifesto that goes on and on and on. And towards the end, it says, let the cost of my sacrifice be not in vain. It's all biblical and weird, right? And in the end, it says, in raw desperation and with a sliver of hope, Luigi Mangione. And there's all kinds of healthcare stuff here. But something caught my eye. So here's the homepage. Here is the AI projects that he was doing. And here's another featured project. And I started to think, this looks like it was put up by either somebody trolling or somebody trying to create a narrative. So I went back to the search results and I looked at them. And when I did, I realized that they were published or updated 5 hours ago. That's very important. Manifesto, 5 hours ago. 5 hours ago. This is a screen cap. So it says 5 hours ago when I was searching. And if you look over here, it is 9:24 p.m. So it wasn't quite 9:30. So he had been arrested for a long time when this popped up. So I decided to go to the Wayback Machine and look at it. So the quote-unquote manifesto is here. It's black. It's dark. It has that look to it. It's just a straight black and white manifesto, right? But I was able to find the original manifesto. And the original one that was up first before it was replaced and then pulled is white with black writing, and it's allegedly written by Luigi Mangione on December 3rd, 2024. Allegedly. Okay? Here it is, and it's got artwork and then the same essay that is being called a manifesto. Same thing. But it has a completely different look and completely different aesthetics. It's a lot more kinder, gentler looking, studious. And then it is turned into this black and white manifesto that is connected to this alleged homepage before the entire thing goes dark. Now, that got me thinking, what is going on here? It looks like somebody is trying to plant a narrative, and then they decided to just pull the plug because something wasn't working. Now, since this had been either uploaded, published, or edited 5 hours ago, I decided to do a experiment and look up the domain. And what do you know? The domain was registered today when he was arrested. So I thought maybe this is just a copy of someone else's work, right? And then they just added little details to make it look like Luigi. So I decided to search quotes and passages from that manifesto, and there was nothing, absolutely nothing. So someone is either trolling or they tried to put this up and then it either got yanked down or they pulled it down themselves, trying to create this this narrative, this manifesto narrative. But it was there, and you have to wonder who put that up, who really put that up, because it was an actual essay. It was written out. The first part is the illusion of care. The second part is a system designed to fail. The third part is the human cost of indifference. The fourth part is a call to arms, revolt against the status quo. And the fifth part, my legacy and your responsibility. What is going on here? Why was it changed from color, which looks more appealing, to a black and white, straight up manifesto-looking manifesto? And why call it manifesto? It's very fetty. Now, either somebody's trolling or somebody was trying to plant this too. He's already saying that the backpack was planted. So you have to wonder if this was planted too, and the website, proven, went up today after he was arrested. And coincidentally, they're claiming that he has sheets of paper on him with some haphazard manifesto written down on it. So is it this? Is it what was online that popped up online and then it got torn down because they were going to get caught? What is this? And to clarify, this was the page that I saw the first time I was there, and I saved it. But when I used the Wayback Machine, it was the white, clean, nice-looking version that was up on the Wayback Machine. And I had seen the black version right before the entire site was pulled down. So he is claiming that things are planted. Then you have the cops saying all these different things that are completely and totally contradictory to each other. And then you have this manifesto pop up, black and white manifesto. But when I find the original, it's actually kind of nice looking. And then it turns out that the whole website was uploaded today for him, right? And then right when I find it and go to start doing something about it, it vanishes. It's deleted and scrubbed from the web. It's very bizarre, man. There is something going on here. By all the evidence and the changing of the aesthetics of the page, it appears that someone tried to plant a manifesto. And then at some point, they got freaked out or were told to take it down. And they took it down because it was going to screw something up. And with all the other evidence and things that are going on with this case, it would not surprise me. And that is it for now. Look out for Charlie.